Like
I guess
magic?
I guess we'll only film once so that we can.
All right, we're live.
All right, welcome back to the greatest YouTube channel of all time. Right, Vanguard rides again.
You know, when you say it, it makes it sound like that's the channel name.
Vanguard Warrior is the channel name. Vanguard rides again is my Tourette's. I have to say that. I say that 3 times a day. Anyways, in one corner we got EJ. EJ is the man with a plan, except the plan to get that hairline fixed. That's the one he keeps
That's
messing
looking
up.
sharp. You always hating, man. You always hating. This shit looking sharp today.
And we got Ray in the other corner wearing his charter school uniform.
Bro, this is from LGJ, bro. Champions in the charge.
Oh, I should have done that. Yo, why you us, bro? Now people are gonna come to our houses and kill us.
Bro, you're not a champion of the charge. Anyway, what was charge again?
Yeah. So today's episode is a topic that I've been wondering about for a long time. Ray, why are you ugly?
All right, and that's when we break up the band. We don't need no Yoko. We're good. I'll see y'all next time. I'll catch y'all later.
Anyways, let's get into the actual topic. So there was a girl that I was seeing a while ago who really believed in fucking witchcraft shit. Like that shit was like hardcore for her. She was both scared of it and like knew a lot about it. And I remember I would like, play around a lot and piss her off because I would do things on purpose. I remember she was telling me about this demon named fucking Zozo or some shit. And the name just sounded fucking ridiculous. So she was like, oh, you're not supposed to say his name. I kept saying it. I was like, Zozo. And then I remember I scared her once, telling her that the demon came to me and I saw him in his house, in my house. So I don't know if you guys have any experience with women and witchcraft? Is that something you've encountered?
No.
Women and witchcraft? Just women. Just women. So,
well, like,
witchcraft.
I feel that more... Yeah, I feel like women believe in that stuff a lot more than the men that I know. So, but no, in general, like I have not. Most people I know are on the same page as me, where it's like, look, man, I don't really believe, but I'm not gonna fuck around and find out.
Yeah. What about voodoo? Is that considered witchcraft? Voodoo?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like the dark arts, but it sounds less goofy.
Yeah, voodoo.
Sorcery, voodoo.
Voodoo is cooler though. Voodoo's cooler. Witchcraft is stupid. Yeah, not because like witchcraft is like just what white girls do to try and make themselves feel like they have edge or some shit. Like, oh, I'm a witch, I meet so many girls like that these days who just like they're like witches and they're so proud to tell you, like, and it's like they're never just like normal witches either. They always got to have all the fucking powers. They can see the future. Yeah, they could read minds. They can control people. No, the witches that I've met.
All I'm just saying is like I've never encountered such a thing in my life. Like
you've never encountered practicing witches before?
Back when I was in middle school, there was this one kid who said she was a Wiccan, but I never entertained that idea, so I ain't talked to her. I was like, okay, that's cool. Anyway,
you guys know how curious I am. So every time I met one of these witches, I had to start asking them questions about their witch shit. One of them was like writing a book of her own like homemade spells. She couldn't send that shit to me though. Like that would have to. I did want her to. I did want to read it because I was thinking of using stuff in my comic that I want to make. But now that I think about it, that was probably like that shit would have brought Duppy into my life, and that would have been.
You would have been writing down in the book, and you would just hear things falling over. You would hear knocks on your door. He was like, you know what? Never mind. You start ripping it up. You throw it in the trash. You wake up the next day still sitting there on your bed. He's like, I fucked up.
Yeah, I fucked up. That's all you can say at that point. I fucked up. Yeah.
But
oh my god.
It seems like some weird fan club shit though. Like
it really
just teaming up together, wearing a witch costume and going around talking about witchcraft. It seems like a fan club that doesn't really believe in the actual witchcraft, but just loves to talk about it in some capacity.
It's like those crystal girls, like where it's like, I gotta get this crystal because it gives me energy. Yeah. This crystal's for good luck. This crystal right here is because that guy he cheated on me. So like I wanted to get all the negative energy, so I'm saging my house.
Yeah.
bro, it's a bunch of goofy shit a lot of
You
the
don't really
time.
believe in it, but you need something to do with your time, your idle time, and you
Can't
want to
find.
get together and hang out with your friends.
I can't find the
A
crystals.
former
You
witchcraft
have crystals,
club.
bro? Nah,
Yeah, no,
I can't be
I went
chatting
to
with
this
you. I can't be
crystal
chatting with
shop.
you.
Went to this crystal shop with these people, just randomly one day. We got like fucking. That was a weird day. We got like moonshine and everything that
Man,
day.
spent $400
And
on
moonshine is
crystals.
rough, man.
Yeah. So
Moonshine is rough.
yeah, so we went. I get the crystal right, and the crystal's for it's supposed to be for protection and all this shit. And it's like, oh, it's for good vibes. I get home, the shit drops off my neck and rips off my neck and drops. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, what the fuck?
You got too
Did
many
I
bad
spoke,
vibes, bro. It was done.
yeah,
It was
I
it was
spoke to the
full.
witchcraft. Yeah, I spoke to the witchcraft girl about it. She was like, oh yeah, it must be that there's like some dark energy or something. I was like, well, my life is going pretty well. So I was like, I guess I must just be fucking invincible.
You wanna know what
I guess
really happened?
what?
It was a cheap piece of string.
Yeah. Well, they were
They
saying that.
finessed you, bro. They got $80 for a piece of twine on a rock.
Yeah, it dropped off my neck immediately, and I was like, oh shit. Yeah. And I have so much disposable income that I remember when
I have
it
so
broke
much
apart.
disposable income.
I remember when back then. Now I have less, but back then I really had mad disposable income. Like I just had mad money to spend. Because I would just save all my money. Like you remember how crazy I was about that
Yeah,
bullshit.
this man would come home. It's payday, and he's like, "Bro, I don't got $10." Like, nigga, you got paid today? He's like, "Yeah, well, I put it all in my savings." I was like, "You don't gotta put it all in your savings, bro."
Oh, that shit helped out.
You
That's
gotta
how
pay yourself, but
I was able to be without job for mad long, and I'm doing that shit again right now. But so yeah, I remember when all that shit broke because it wasn't just that. That broke. The fucking necklace thing, no, and fucking wristlet thing. I think that broke too. And I remember when they were just like, "Oh, you wasted all that money." I was like, "Yeah, whatever." I was like, yeah, "Whatever."
But seriously, the real reason is, I know you not a careful guy. You probably walking around banging into shit, bumping in.
Maybe.
You're not a careful guy. You
clumsy dude, man.
you definitely
Yeah,
just banged it up to a point where it fell off.
You losing book bags.
oh yeah, shit.
it's
Tell me that.
still too early to make that joke. Shit.
Damn.
I forgot you even did that.
I still gotta fix that too. I lost important shit.
Losing wallets.
Maybe maybe that's why the thing dropped off my neck. That's what it was warning me about that I was gonna. But
Man,
we're
that
gonna get
happened months
hexed
ago.
after this. We're gonna get hexed after this
Bro,
video.
I for every Wiccan that watches this or every witch, just please comment. Please write a hex curse that guy specifically. He brought this up.
Nah, don't. You can't hex me.
Hex
I'm
him.
the
Hex him, bro.
I'm the one true Leo. I'm the Sun Emperor. It's not gonna work.
Like you just hex that guy. He out here making fun of you.
Asking for it.
So am I, but like I that guy.
So like, would you guys ever date a girl who was into witchcraft?
I want to say no. I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to say no.
Into it how? Like how
Like
into it?
She's I know a girl who
Like she's a fanatic? Like
Bro, like if I
Wow.
come home one day and she's out here brewing potions, I'm gonna have to.
Yeah,
You gotta
I know a
pack,
girl who
you gotta
does
pack
that.
your
She's
shit,
your
bro.
wife.
I'm sorry, you
She's
gotta
your
pack your
wife. She
shit.
does spells. She does all that shit.
Yeah,
She
like
got
look, man. I am pretty open minded, but I feel like that. I'm sorry.
like I'm trying to grab some mayo out the fridge. There's a potion sitting right next to it.
and like, bro, I won't even lie. Sometimes my aunt, who she got real into religion, bro, like I can hear her chanting through the wall sometimes. Bro, you remember you were here, like you would hear sometimes. Like you just out here chilling and you just hear I was like, what the fuck is that? I could not deal with that shit on a daily basis, bro. If I was just walking to my house and hear chanting, potion,
Like I'm trying to sleep, son. Shut the fuck up.
bro. Every time it hits fall, she's like, "Oh, I get to be more powerful now. It's the witch." Like, look, man, and like I'm a guy who's into cartoons, comics, and all that shit. I draw the line at when you start acting goofy. So like, I couldn't date a witch. I couldn't date no one who's super into that like cartoon. Like if they're like if they're I'm a magical girl. Like they like believe they're a magical girl, or they like from an anime. Like those types of people. Clipped, bro. Clipped.
What was that thing you were saying, Gio, a while back about like how growing up there were things you were into, but you realized that you had to separate them, or or you already knew that you didn't have to identify with them. Like you
Yeah,
learned that early on, right?
yeah.
So
Like
it's
I was,
like it's kind of like maturity. You realize like you can love what you love, but you
it
don't
doesn't have
have
to
to like
consume you.
yeah, it doesn't have to consume
Like
you.
there's a
You know what
Like
time
I'm
and a
saying?
place. Like if you're in a comic
yeah,
convention, go a little crazy. Do
yeah.
do your little hand signs. Everyone's gonna
Yeah.
like be like, I see what you. But like I'm not gonna be in the middle, like in the middle of Central Park, just summoning
Yeah.
jutsu type. Like no, bro. Like I can't.
There's got to be
No,
a balance.
stop.
Like you can love what you love, but like you said, don't let it consume you, and don't hide it either because you feel like you might somebody might embarrass like
Yeah, but
not embarrass you, but you might embarrass yourself in front of them.
wouldn't witchcraft be considered a little different? It's like supposed to be like a religion.
See, but I'm just like, but like in my mind, that's how I see it.
That's how I see it. Yeah, I see it as like
Like
a
it's on that
yeah,
level to me. When you're out here like making potions and doing shit, that to me that's the same
yeah,
shit as the guy who goes with the fucking body pillow and walks around and is
Oh,
like, "Can you be my wife?" That's
yeah.
the same shit to
oh
me,
my
bro.
god, yo,
Same
if a
shit.
guy, yo, if I witnessed that, I'd have to knock him out. Put him out of his
But
misery.
that's what I'm saying. Is like bro. Like I feel like you just be, in my opinion,
You
you just be a
gotta
little
learn
too
how to
delusional.
separate that.
Like
Yeah,
you just be a
that's
little too
definitely
delusional for
that's a
that.
mercy killing for sure.
But
Yeah,
even if it's like real, right? Like a belief system that you have, right? Like if you
it still
believe in a
shouldn't be
certain
fully.
religion, you're not gonna. I mean, yeah, it might like it's obviously gonna influence how you operate, like
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
some of the things you do around the household. But
like
if you dating somebody, you're not gonna try to push that all on them, or maybe you would
definitely.
if you're crazy.
Yeah, like
But
I think in very Christian terms for the
yeah,
most part. Like Christianity is still part of me, not as much as it was previously, but even back when I believed in it even more, I still it didn't consume me to the point that like reality, like I would still see reality and religion
yeah.
a little differently. Like I read the Bible as parable. Like I looked at it and I was like, none of this is real. It's it's allegory,
But
it's allegory.
even if you wholeheartedly believe it and like nobody could convince you otherwise, like that exists, that's what it
You
is.
still keep
It's
it
like
separate.
you should still keep it separate for somebody that might not be like if you want to share what you believe, that's fine. But to flat out like just be around the house brewing potions in a
Hmm?
way
See,
in
all
a
right,
way
well,
you're trying to convert them in a way.
well, you brought up a good point. Now, like you said, it's supposed to be more akin to religion. I was like, well, how religious can someone be before you
Yeah.
stop dating them? Then, like,
Woo.
like
When they
there's a bunch of like old
Woo.
traditions in religion, like
I suppose. I mean,
Christianity and Muslim Islam. Like, there's a bunch of
we'll
stuff.
keep it focused. We'll keep it focused on the witchcraft because I know we have a tendency to go off on tangents.
Yeah.
But I do. Well, to answer your question, we're still going to answer your question. So, like in terms of witchcraft, like if it's think of it from a religious aspect. I feel like I guess it would start to go too far if you're trying to get me to join your practices and shit. And I do think I do agree with you guys. Just having shit like if I honestly don't believe in this stuff, and not only do I not believe in it, let's say I'm bothered by it, to just have it like out and about all around me, that would make me
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
that's the thing. That's what I was gonna get to. Like, not only it's not just that you're doing it, but like if it becomes an inconvenience to me, like we're living together, and you got this shit all around the crib. I'm trying to kick back, watch the game or something. It's like I'm not trying to shit on what you got going on. I'm not trying to diminish it in any way. But like I should have some space for me and my entertainment. What I like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you have a separate room, use that like
All
room
right,
for
so
all
you're
of that
saying
shit.
then they gotta have a whole separate room. So like, what? Same
They
thing
don't
for
have
you.
to
You
have a
gotta have
separate
a whole
room,
separate
but
room for all your shit. Like, oh, you want to watch the game? You want to have your little sports memorabilia?
yeah,
Only in that room right over
Well, I
there.
mean, well, see, that's the thing. Men do that shit already.
Yeah, and
Men
I
have
think
their
that shit's
man
goofy.
yeah, man caves, man.
man
You
I
don't
cave.
believe in
think
a man
that
cave?
shit's goofy, bro. I
It
was
is
thinking about
goofy.
that the other day. I was like,
Give
wait,
people
so
live
you
your life.
telling me I bought a whole house and I gotta like subjugate myself to one room because
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
nah.
Well, that's
I'm not even
married, but
saying. I'm not even
But
saying like you should have this memory. Like you
but
shouldn't
that's
do
their
the
way of
Michael
being
Jordan.
respectful.
Like Michael
That's their
Jordan
way of
fucked
being
up,
respectful, though.
and he made his whole like $1 million mansion basketball themed, and that's why he can't sell that shit. I'm not saying you gotta go that far, but I'm
yeah.
just
Yeah,
saying like if I wanted to have like a tasteful like say it was a sports trophy, like a tasteful like trophy right there on the fucking
Yeah, a picture
mantle.
of Michael Jordan with maybe an autograph picture on the wall, that
Yeah,
kind of
like
thing.
something nice and simple. I feel like that's fine. If
Yeah,
you
like
want
this
to
is
go full send it, like room, all right, then you can have a room for that. Like I feel like that's fine. But I'm seeing people have man caves where it's just like, yeah, I can only play video games in this one room because my wife told me so. And I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, you don't need
Nah,
to
bro,
have
I'm
a whole
playing
room
video
just for
games in my living
yeah.
More like,
room. I'm playing
more like,
I'm playing wherever I want to play. Wherever I put that bitch. Wherever I put my PlayStation is where I'm playing games, guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
more like your fucking mother
That's not a
put.
major inconvenience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
Wait, so you're saying that? So would you say then that she shouldn't have to limit her witchcraft items, her
To me
stuff
or
to one room
But it's like,
to
but you
me, I
said
think.
in a dating, you said in a dating
in a
sense.
dating sense?
If
Yes.
we're dating, then it's like we're in a relationship. So it's like there are things that I'm gonna like, there are things that you're gonna like, or what I like you might not like, and vice versa. So we
So
have
you
to
got to
find a
compromise.
way. We have to find a way to come together on that, even if we don't share the same thing, like
All right.
interests. We have
So
to find a way to bridge that gap in terms of like if we have to divide up the space, if it has to come to that, it has to come to that. But it doesn't have to, or maybe if I use this room during these hours of the day, and then you want to use it, like some kind of plan has to be structured in order for us to. But if it's just like we're ignoring each other's interests and not caring that, we want to use the space for whatever it is, then it's gonna go downhill.
So yeah, so I agree with a lot of what Eric's saying, and in a more serious tone, it's like the reason I feel like I couldn't date someone who's into that witchy like thing is because I just think it's ridiculous. Like I feel like there'd be at no point like whether they're keeping it to themselves or trying to push spread it all over. Like I genuinely would just be like, that's a little goofy, and like I
It's
know
I see it goofy.
there's like
I see it as goofy too.
very similar things you can say about like video games, anime,
And
other
yeah,
religions,
No, see,
sports.
no, no,
You
no.
can no, I'm saying no, just chill. I'm saying like the arguments can be made for those other things,
No, no,
but like
I'm saying I think there's a
ultimately,
point of distinction
yeah. So
because
I'm just saying like, but like
yeah,
that'd be an argument. Like
yeah,
where to
when you
find the
play video
line.
games,
But
you
I'm
don't
just saying
believe
like,
Brian's gonna come out the screen or some shit and start
but what I'm
talking to
saying
you.
is like when you're too into it. Like it's not like I'll
Uh,
play video games, but like I'm not like bro like. I don't have posters all over my room
yeah.
or my house about all that shit, you
you're
know?
not playing for 10 hours a day.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not
Damn
like
posters,
going
bro.
out to the conventions. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with these things, but like I'm just saying like there would be distinctions and arguments being made where to draw the
Yeah,
line. That's not the point. I'm just saying like I would just think that witchcraft specifically is just kind of goofy, and like I would just never be able to respect it in the
Hmm.
way that you should respect something your partner's into.
Yo, yeah, famous last words. Like this is the last time we will ever speak to
I'm gonna
Ring.
get hexed tonight, but I'm just
They
saying
gonna
like
fucking sacrifice
you
him.
should definitely have some sort of respect for what your partner's into, and I don't think I could have that kind of respect for witchcraft. Like if I
That's
came
it.
home and saw someone like say my partner was really into Dungeons and Dragons and they got all dressed up to do their Dungeon and Dragon thing,
Yeah,
and
that
it's
would be.
over. I would be able to look at that and be like, you know what? It's Saturday night. Go ahead, have fun. You know.
I'd be like I'm dating a loser. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
look, if you see, you wouldn't be able to respect it, but like I would be able to look at them like, and she ain't invite me, bro.
yeah.
I mean, I guess it depends. Like
Cause nah, go
if you
ahead, go
do
ahead.
it all the time, I guess it'd be. If it was like she does it every once in a while, like it was like for their yearly game, I'm like, oh yeah, this is dope. But if it's like she does that shit, that's all she does all day, I think she was a loser.
So
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, like you have to have some sort of respect for what they're into, and I
It's
just gave
just
that example because it was like a kind of an extreme,
Yeah.
so it was like akin to making potions and shit. But
Yeah.
yeah, cause it's like
that's
if
just
she
me.
goes full fledged with it, like I agree with you. It gets to that extremist approach where it's like you love something to the point where like it smothers you, or like we were saying, it becomes you. So it's like I have things that I enjoy, and it's cool if other people don't enjoy them. I'm not gonna basically by them being in my vicinity, I'm kind of smothering them by having this shit
Yeah.
all around. I'm basically, even if I tell them, yeah, it's okay, like you don't have to like what I like, but it's kind of hard not to like, you know, not to get that
Mhm.
sense when you're pushing it in my face. It's
Yeah.
like he was bringing up posters, but it could get even more extreme than that. Like you're walking around with costumes on, or you're doing your makeup a certain way. It's like I can't separate that from you, the
The
person
second
that
I
I
find the
find
OG
that
board in my house, someone's getting clapped, bro. The
I find
second I
that
find a
amazing.
Ouija board in my house, someone's getting
I love
clapped,
that.
bro.
I love that goth witch aesthetic is hot as hell.
Like you redecorated the whole crib to,
Yeah.
to look like this theme. It's
If I
like, bro,
come
like you
home
gotta,
and there's a
yeah,
summoning circle in my living room,
Oh my
clap.
God! Yeah.
Someone's getting clapped.
Yo, I see Summoning
Bro.
Circle. I see Summoning Circle. I'm walking right back out. She can keep my stuff. I'm not going
yeah.
back. That's some scary
It gets to
shit.
the point. It's like, am I talking to you or am I talking to a witch? Like,
Well, she is a witch, bro. That's the thing.
She is
She
a witch.
was a
That's
witch.
her identity. That's her identity.
it was like you telling me on our first date she pulled up in a witch costume. That I should have. That's my fault.
Yeah,
That I
that's
should
your
have
fault.
She pulled up on the whip, bro. She had the broomstick and everything.
Now, if this shit was revealed later on when I first go to a
Nah,
crib,
you
I'm
wanna know why
like,
you didn't know? It was Halloween when you met her.
That's funny.
It was Halloween. You just thought she was dressed up. You thought she just
But
got a
you know,
little
it's
into
funny-
the holiday.
It's funny
She
that
stayed
you
that way
mentioned,
for 3 months.
it's funny that you mentioned that people don't have to like what you like. Like Ray knows from knowing me for years. Like you could talk to me about 1,000 fucking things before we talk about comics. Like I just know about a bunch of different shit. Like me and Ray could have a conversation about physics, and he obviously knows more about it, but at least I know a little bit. I just read a
yeah,
lot about random things. But I remember I was dating this girl, and I remember she kept thinking, because she knew I liked comic books. She kept saying, "Oh, I want to like the same things as you, so we could bond." I was like, "That's not gonna make me like you more." I was like, one, I don't even like other people who like comic books. I was like, whenever I meet them, I think they're weird.
Yo, that's funny because
and two
same.
is
I don't like
two is
other
not
people
gonna
who like
last long.
anime, bro. People who
Two
like
is
anime,
not
I'm like,
gonna
oh,
last
you
long.
guys disgust me.
Because you're pretending to be something you're not, so it's not gonna last long. How long could you keep up
That's
this
what I'm trying
act?
to do. Yeah, I remember it came to a head. Like she kept watching all the show. Remember she started watching The Flash. And I'm like, if you're gonna, I was like, first of all, I hate that show. I was like, just because I was trying to explain to her, I was like, I watch it out of tradition at this point. I don't actually like this show. I'm just watching it just
Yeah,
cause. I was like,
That
it's
was a
not gonna
bad
make me
show.
like
that's
it more.
that's kind of charming in a way, but creepy at the
Nah, I
same
didn't find
time.
it funny at all.
See, it's like I
It's
like
charming that she's trying to build a connection in that way.
the effort,
That's what I mean.
right? Like
Yeah,
it was
the
a nice
effort. Yeah.
effort, but
No,
when
I
I'm
didn't
like,
even like
yo,
that.
you don't gotta
They
do
kept
all
telling me
that.
not to do it. That's why it
Stop.
got me pissed.
That's when it's like, all right, if I'm like, yeah, you don't have to do all that. It's like chill, and they keep going. Then it's not charming anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not.
it's
Yeah.
annoying. I kept telling her you don't have to. And then she made it annoying because I remember she was like, "Oh, what kind of comics do you like specifically?" I was like, "I don't read new comics." I was trying to explain that to her. I was like, "If you get into new comics, we're not gonna have anything to talk about because I don't read new comics." I was like, "A lot of the comics I read are from like the '70s, the '80s, and like a lot from the '60s. Like the Silver Age is my favorite comic book period." Remember, she read she, she went, she read some Thor comics from 1960s. This bitch gonna look at me and say, "Oh, these comics are terrible. They're trash." And I remember I got so mad. I got so angry. I was heated. I was like, "I told you not to do this. You're gonna go read my shit, then start insulting it." I was like, "Yo."
Nah, I feel you because it's like, all right, you ain't had to like it, but now if you want to talk about why it's bad, I'm gonna have to come with the heat.
Yeah, I was like, "Come on." She's like, "Oh, why do they talk like this?" I was like, "That's how they wrote back then." It's like, what do you want? That's how they wrote.
Yeah, no, I feel you, especially since like I am a One Piece fan. One Piece is old; it's 20 plus years old now. So people will look at the first couple episodes and be like, "This is garbage." I'm like,
Yeah.
"This is garbage." You watch My Hero. Don't fucking talk to me about garbage.
Deku Scrub, man. Deku Scrub.
Bro.
Yeah.
But that's the reverse effect, right? Like she tries to make an
Yeah.
attempt to like what you like, and then she ends up ripping it to shreds
Yeah, it got
as
me.
a result.
I never felt so much fury that I never felt that
we
moment.
gonna get canceled because I shit on My Hero though.
Yeah, people love that shit.
Man.
People really love
Look,
that.
man, it's not that bad. It's just not that good either.
But Deku's a scrub.
That goes
I guess that would be akin to like I'm telling her, yeah, like I'm telling the girl with the hypothetical witchcraft woman. I'm telling her, "Oh yeah, I want to get into witchcraft like you." And then like let's say I try her, I don't know, her specific discipline. I'm like, "Yo, this discipline is kind of trash. Like, we could improve it like that." Like she'd probably want to kill me,
You
Like,
probably start doing shit that like goes against the rules, and she's probably looking at you like you're crazy.
Yeah, so
I could picture some skit like that where like I keep badgering you to watch this movie, like, oh my god, this is the greatest movie of all time, and then you're like, like, bro, I don't like that genre. Like, I don't like horror movies. Like, I'm not gonna like it. Like,
Nah,
stop
bro.
asking me to watch it. And then you finally
Bro,
watch it, and then I'm like, I got my eyes wide open. Like, you saw it? It was great, right? It was good.
you're
No,
like,
that shit was
yo,
terrible.
no, 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 even better. You're like, what did you think? What did you think? I'm like, well, it was a movie.
It was a movie.
It was a film, yeah.
Though you bringing that up just reminded me of this one time we bro, Spider-Verse dropped, and we're like, yo, bro, you ain't see Spider-Verse? To this former friend of ours, and he just refused to watch it. He had all the excuses in the world of why it was not going to be that good or whatever. And then we finally just sit down and watch it, and he refused to admit that it was good. He could not
It
admit
took
that
him
it
a
was
long
good.
time. It took him a long time to finally just
Took
admit
him
to
like weeks, and then he was like, it was a good movie.
yeah, it
You
was
try
pretty
to take that shit to the grave.
good. Yeah. And I remember one time me and Ray were put on this fucking thing of Cat Williams. And because we found Cat Williams hysterical. So we thought that same guy and this other guy were also going to find Cat Williams hysterical. We put that shit on, they're just like this. They did not find him funny at all.
Cat Williams is hilarious. They're bugging.
A pimp named Slickback, boy.
See, but
I know.
it definitely is also like you gotta be down with the get down, you know.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
No, one of them should have been down with the get down. He was the correct shade.
Yeah,
He's
the
not
correct.
down
That's
with the get
why.
down, bro. Like he's not really about this life.
Was he coffee toad?
He didn't keep his pimp hand strong, you know. I'm stop.
He's coffee toad. I remember he fucking. You know, he should have been even more down with the get down because he stole that guy's DS. Remember?
Bro, that guy specifically, he was definitely not down with the get down.
Yeah,
He was a wolf in sheep's clothing, bro.
That guy walked like he had like a broomstick up his fucking like ass.
He's what people think Carlton from Will Smith, like from the Fresh Prince, is like in real life. Like,
Yeah, that man walked like this. That man walked like this.
Anyway, so let's get some final thoughts.
Yeah,
Witchcraft, I do not believe in it. I'm not sorry. Like I don't believe in it. I think it's kind of goofy. Like I don't even think if you practice it, like you are automatically a goofball. But if you take it to a certain level, I'm gonna be like, yo, you're 45, bro. Like
you start doing hand signs in the crib.
Yeah, like it's like, yo, because like I said, like I'm into like anime, comics, all that like goofy shit. I'm into goofy shit, but I'm not gonna just walk down the street. I'm not gonna introduce, hey, I'm into anime. I know the water dragon jutsu. Like I'm not doing that shit. I'm not gonna like just like that's not how I'm presenting myself.
That'd be a mercy killing for sure. I'd have to.
I'm not doing that shit. So if you're like walking around with the witch get up and with the broom and you have a fake fucking plush cat, and he's like, yeah, this is my cat. This is my familiar.
And you randomly be talking in like these chants and shit. These different chants.
And then everything is off limits and top. Bro,
that would be kind of hot. Like during sex, she starts chanting. That'd be kind of hot, actually.
Dopey.
Eyes rolling in the back of it. That would be hot.
Anyway.
What about you, EJ?
Nah, I mean, he basically said everything I was gonna say. It's pretty much how I feel. It's just like it's like you gotta know, man. Like, especially when it comes to relationships, like you gotta know when it's too much. When you're trying to share something you like with your partner, but they're not gravitating towards it. And you just gotta respect that distance. And, you can still like what you like. You can still share. That's what I was trying to say earlier. You don't have to be ashamed to admit. And that's the thing. People feel like just by sharing it, somebody's gonna shit on it, so they feel kind of shameful about it, about even mentioning something they like. You don't have to feel that bad about it. Like if you like anime, if you like something that you think somebody else might see as weird and goofy, so be it. But you can still share it. Just don't try to convert the guy. Don't or girl. Just respect that. Yeah, respect their interests, and that's it.
If you like anime, be ashamed.
Gotta know when to hold them.
Don't be ashamed, man. What y'all, man?
Nah, be ashamed. If you like anime, be ashamed. This shit's shameful, bro.
Be ashamed. Anyways,
this is my homie right here.
My final thoughts. Yeah, I mean, I do fuck with the witch, the whole demonic sort of aesthetic, but that's only for show,
bro.
Yeah, it's surface levels for show. I just do it because I think it looks cool and I like metal music. I don't believe in any of that shit. I don't want none of that shit around me. I will buy a shirt with some demonic stuff on it. I'll use the demonic stuff, but yes, I'm appropriating your culture. It's like it's not.
I mean, Halloween's next month, man. So
Yeah, it's like
I gotta get ready. Get
I'll
ready for
wear the
that.
makeup. I'll wear the makeup for show and stuff, but I don't really believe in any of that shit.
All right, so
I would date a witchcraft girl though because they look hot.
anyway, I'll catch you guys later.
Vanguard out.